Hey there friends, it's Chris, and for this video I'm going to share with you a haul of some art supplies that I've purchased recently. And aside from that, I'm going to share with you a mini desk tour of this new table that I got and some of the art supplies that can be found here. Not really a formal what's in my art table type of video, but just sharing a few of the art supplies that's here, made readily available. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, I'm gonna put you guys now to the table to check out this recent art supplies that I got. It's not a lot, but it's something that I am so excited to share with you. So I'm gonna bring you now to the table and let's find out what it is, what these art supplies are.
Alright, you guys, so this used to be the table that I work in. It was a computer desk for a desktop, but many years have passed. It's been with my uncle for almost a decade, maybe 2 decades, and then he passed it on to me during the lockdown. It served its purpose, but now I'm thinking of something a bit more aesthetic, something a bit more simple, and something more minimal for my room. Hence, I bought this table. It was not that expensive. I only bought it for like 4,000 pesos, so give or take, that's around $100. Yeah, with the current exchange rate right now, maybe $90. I don't know. So, it's just a simple off-white type of desk with two drawers, and this is what it looks like in daylight. And that's my bed and my current setup. This is a nice cozy space for me to house my art supplies and to make sure that my things are organized, minimally kept, and tidy. And then it looks okay here right now at broad daylight, but I usually do my art pieces in the evening, and so this is what it looks like at night, and ain't that really gorgeous. So let's get into the haul.
Okay, so friends, this is not that much of an impressive type of haul. It's just basically a few products and my table. So, first one that I'm going to show you, I hope you don't get disappointed, but I got myself sandpaper. Yes, I'm adding sandpaper to an art haul. This is from Panther Abrasives, which is basically sandpaper. This is 100 grit sandpaper, and the reason why I got it is um not for a wood-based project, but actually I plan to do my pastel work here on this paper. I've seen a video on my social media. I'm not sure if that's on YouTube or on Instagram. I saw this person making use of a sandpaper for his artworks, and it got me thinking, might as well buy that for my pastel work, since Clairefontaine pastel mat costs like what, 10 times more than this single paper. And if we're being honest, if the performance of both are the same, then I think I just have at least a staple to use in case I want to work with pastels once again. The next product that I'm going to share with you is also in line with that sandpaper that I got. These are some Marco Raffine pastel pencils in white. I've seen several videos before that shares that white is one of the most used pastel pencils that I'll be using, and since I want to take on a project, or yeah, a self project of learning how to do more pastel pencils and pan pastels, but generally pastel work, I think it's great for me to have a whole set of these white pastel pencils, and they remind me, yeah, I bought 12 of these white pastel pencils, which is a bit excessive, but at least I know that I am fully stacked with the needed materials. They kind of look like the Carbotellos, huh? I'll be comparing that in a little while. Now, moving on with the theme, you have here now the Caran retouch pastel pencil and pastel cube set, which I saw in Art Bar, and I just couldn't help myself but purchase since it was on sale. That's the only reason why I got them. Plus the fact that you know me and my compulsion to get any professional grade product that I can afford. So here they are. Oh wow, it feels very premium, huh? You know, I think I'm going to read more on these ones. Okay, so this is, oh, okay, it comes with its own 180 grits sandpaper and the pastel cubes, and I'm assuming that the pencils are underneath. Yes, it it's really the typical Caran packaging, very full of foam and protected, very premium as usual for Caran, and I'm excited to swatch this with you in a little while. So we will be swatching them in a bit, and I think I'll be using those sandpapers. I'll also take a gander on its pamphlet, but for you to take a look, you see how extensive Caran pastel collections are. I think I'll be reading on this one just to get to know more about their products. I also got this Craypass Expressionist oil pastels from Sakura, which is the same brand that created the Sakura Koi watercolors. So this is a entry level set of oil pastels. I could not justify buying for myself the Senilie, so I got myself an entry level one just to see how it feels like once again to use oil pastels. The last time that I used oil pastels was with the Faber-Castell, the one in the blue range of the Faber-Castell, and to be honest, it wasn't my favorite. And I've seen someone review the Faber-Castell oil pastels, and they mentioned they didn't like it. And oh my gosh, I think it was the Black Bean, yeah, who shared his review on that, and he said that it didn't act like typical oil pastels. So that gave me a feeling that maybe the Faber-Castell one was not the best, and this might be a better representation of oil pastels, and I'm hoping that it is. Some say that oil pastels you can swatch it at the back of your hand, and this one definitely does swatch and melts at the back of my hand, unlike the Faber-Castell one. So I think I got a good set, but we'll see later on when we start swatching all of it. Last two items that I got. This is a big tub of markers from Leto. I don't know this brand that much, but I just got it off a whim. I know these markers, they're basically entry level or student grade or even craft grade, but I don't know, I just had the compulsion to get it, and I got this set of 48, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 48 markers. The color range is pretty okay considering that there's a good number of earth tones and yellows, not a lot of reds, but too much of these green colors, which, if I'm being honest, it's not my favorite color. A lot of you know this already. When it comes to doing art, green is not my favorite, but I don't know if I actually don't like the color green that much, or maybe because there are some artists, a lot of artists say that they don't like the color green, so I'm just like automatically just going off what they say as well. But in any case, I'll just evaluate for myself. The last of the items that I am sharing is this pencil sharpener from Genmis. This pencil sharpener from this brand that you see here, and it's rather inexpensive, but it's very promising when I saw it in the store. So this sharpener has several hole, it can accommodate several sizes of pencils, as you can see here. So you can change the setting to whatever pencil size that you have. Oh my god, oh wait. Okay, so you just press the lever and then you choose until as big as, I think this is 12 centimeters. So my large lomograph from Stedler can fit the jumbo lomograph. Yes, it can accommodate my jumbo lomograph. So I'm excited to get to use this, and one primary reason why I got this as well is to check if this crank sharpener can sharpen my if it can sharpen my pastel pencils better. So I have that on cue to be used in case I decide now to um, get serious with my pastel pencils. So let's watch them. Let's watch some of the art supplies that I got and let's test this out. I'll just fix this and maybe sharpen it and then tell you the deets later on when I'm done with this. Alright, so I was able to sharpen the pastel pencil to a sharp point using the sharpener, so that's great. I'm sorry because I just stuck it in here using the clamp, so I think this will be its permanent home for now until I try to find some place where it can rest. So it works well. Might as well just start sharpening pencils and start swatching on this piece of sandpaper right here. Sorry for the sun. So I'm swatching first the Marco Renoir Pastel White on this abrasive surface, and it works well. It's pretty white. Yeah, I like it. So I think Clairefontaine is a bit less abrasive than this one, but you know what? I think this one works just as well as it probably will. Let's try how the Caran now swatches. So we start with the pastel sticks, and oh wow, very pigmented, very pigmented. So you have to control how much you press because it indeed just gets into the tooth of whatever surface you're using. Ooh. Okay, they're swatching out really well on this black paper. Later on, I might just take a scrap out of it and do a small painting, I guess, of an animal, probably using this sandpaper. So this is the umber color. I'm not sure if I'm getting it just powdered or I'm getting it into the tooth and grooves of the sandpaper. I guess we'll find out later when I do the artwork. This is the black, which I think is... oh no, it's not black, it's... I think this one is probably a burnt umber color. And then this one is a gray. What do you think, guys? I think that the range of colors that they have here is absolutely nice. I think you could definitely work with them pretty well. Let's try out the Caran pencils now, and I think I might need a new case for... oh my god. Just realizing how heavy the pencil sticks are, so that's pretty amazing, and ooh, very appropriate for being a Caran d'Ache. Like, you can't expect anything less. Okay, so right off the bat, one complaint is that it is difficult to get out of the foam case. But you know what, we'll make do. So the pencils are, you know, similar in shade with the cubed pastel, but the pencils are a lot softer. Like you could see, or at least you could feel it if you try to swatch the pastel pencils. It's just softer. And I know a lot of things can be soft or smooth once swatched on a sandpaper, but you know what I'm saying, right? It feels very, very premium, very nice, very good quality, as you would expect from Caran and the price point that you pay. Okay, so these are the Caran pastel pencils and pastels that I used. I'm going to just flick it a bit to the side, and there were a lot of dust and pigment particles that fell off, except for these ones that I blended with my fingertips. So maybe that's one thing to keep in mind when using sandpaper to draw. Interesting, the more you know. So I think I'm going to use as well these oil pastels on this sanded surface just to see how they perform. Oh wow. So the crepas just feels really nice. They're really nice, man. They feel really, really great. And on the sandpaper, they work extra vibrant, very pigmented, and ooh, that yellow really pops on this sanded surface. You know, if this is pretty cheap. This sanded surface is really cheap, so I guess I can learn a lot of soft pastel works on this sandpaper before I commit to using a Clairefontaine. But right now, using the crepas, which is an oil pastel, by the way, guys, I am really excited. So this is definitely not a review of these products, but just a little overview of how these products feel upon swatch on paper. And I am enjoying this so far. I am happy to be using these art supplies right now. Which reminds me, I also have that that marker set that I got, and to be honest, I just got it because it was there. There was no reason for me to get it because I am not that into marker art right now. But since it was there, and I looked at it, and it just spoke to me to get it, so I just bought it. Some makings of a hoarder right there. Alrighty, so the Sakura Expressionist Crepas is a yes. It's very bold, very vibrant, very pigmented on a sanded surface, and I hope it performs the same on a regular surface with less twist. But blending it with my fingertips definitely doesn't blend that well on. Of course, it's a sanded surface. What are we expecting here? But yeah, it does look bold, gorgeous, and very beautiful. So here are the colors that I got so far when it comes to the pastels and dry pastels. One more thing that I want to try on this sanded surface before we swatch the markers on regular paper. I'm bringing out my pan pastels. So these are pan pastels. If you're not aware of them, they are basically powdered version of your pastels that you just apply on your surface, and it does work well here on the sanded surface, but I worry about the soft tool that I'm using because will since it is abrasive, it will damage the soft tools really quickly. So that's something to think about. So there's this. So I think I'm very happy with how the pastels are performing on sandpaper, and I really am looking forward to use more of the pastels on this surface right here. Maybe I can just cut this piece right here off so that I can create a simple landscape maybe. Who knows? Maybe let's see a time lapse.
So this is a quick video of me just trying out the sanded surface using different pastel media. I included the sticks, I used also the pan pastels, as well as several of those pencils. I'm using some from Stabilo Carbothello and the Marco Renoir, and they all applied well, but I think I still need to learn more about using the sanded surface. Anyway, for this part now, I'm swatching the Lito markers, and they feel really juicy. Like you guys, the pigment is absolutely nice, the ink flows really well, and it blends relatively okay with itself. So I think it's a good entry level quality of alcohol based markers. I'm not entirely sold on its price point, but what else can we do? We make the most out of it. I bought it for 1,500 pesos, so it's a bit much for an entry level, but the colors are vibrant and the ink is nice. So I think time will tell if they are great or they're just an impulse buy that I might resell eventually.
So yeah, that's it. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and maybe some of these art supplies you might find interesting. I'm going to put a list of these art supplies on the description, and of course, if you're interested to see more from me, don't forget to click subscribe and maybe give me a thumbs up and maybe comment something that you want to see from me in the future. So there's that. Enjoy the rest of your day, week, month, year. I wish you all the love, and as always, peace.